So how does a pastor, when he's so busy doing so many other things, continue to have both the passion as well as the life of an evangelist? And we know that we're commanded to. Paul says it to Timothy, do the work of an evangelist. And in fact, that's in the context of preach the word in season and out of season. So that helps shape, I think, even the integrity we should have about being pastors who stand up regularly and preach. And so what I usually encourage pastors to do is try to put themselves in the shoes of most of the people that they're leading. I will talk to a lot of pastors and they'll say, my ministry is from 9 to 5. I'm a pastor, I'm paid, I do 40 or 50 hours a week, and that's my ministry. Then I go home, I'm with my family, and I need to be a family man and kind of have our own time together. And the reality is they're calling most of their church, who have generally a 40 to 60 hour work week, to find a way to fit evangelism into their work week too. They can't just, on the job be about telling everybody about Jesus all the time. They've got to also do the work and be a faithful employee. So what I usually tell pastors is, part of your job is to figure out how to do evangelism outside of your paid time. Granted, you're paid to do the ministry of prayer and word, and that's a great thing. But if you only learn how to do evangelism in that context, what you'll try to do is figure out, how do I get my job done and do evangelism, instead of saying, how do I become evangelist in my home, in my neighborhood, in the parks? So what I usually encourage them to do is try to figure out how they can take the stuff that's normal life and start to engage it with unbelievers. So, you eat meals every day. Why not invite your neighbors over for a meal once a week? You're hopefully playing with your kids out at the park or taking them places. Why not see the soccer field as your place of evangelism, where you get to know the stories of people, you meet them, you get to know who they are, you invite them over. If your kids are in sports, you become the sports fanatics, in terms of you're the parents who are there throwing the parties, inviting everybody afterward, always there picking up balls, being the servants on the field as a demonstration of Jesus' work in you. And then you're saying, God, would you please open doors for the word to be preached on the soccer field or in my home as we get to know stories. I usually encourage pastors to be faithful to the biblical requirements of an elder, which is to exercise hospitality. And too often the church thinks exercising hospitality is basically Christian fellowship, hanging out with Christians, opening your home to them. But a biblical picture of hospitality is having a space in your home for the stranger, that you invite the stranger into your home, the outsider, and you make room for them in your home, at your table, in your life. And so I encourage them to be faithful just to the requirements of an elder. Many pastors are unfaithful as elders to that basic requirement of exercising hospitality. And so I say, get back to what the scriptures call you to, which is see your home as a place of ministry, not just your office or the church building. And I think if you begin to do that and see normal life as gospel opportunity, or normal life as evangelism, then you'll actually have integrity equipping your people, because that's what their life's like too. They got to fit it in to a very busy work week. And if we start to learn how to make the extra hours of our life integrated with the life of unbelievers, there'll be unlimited opportunities to share the gospel. I mean, it isn't hard to find opportunities to share the gospel. It's hard to make our lives open and available for those opportunities. That's the real challenge.